Hey guys, it's Zan and welcome back to the BulbaSquad. So today we're going to be talking about first edition Monarch and actually a little bit about unlimited Monarch. So for those of you who are not going to stick around for too long, essentially Monarch is going to be the make it or break it point for Flesh and Blood. Either we're about to make it big and all the prices are going to be cheap because suddenly a bunch of people are going to be exposed to the card game, or Monarch is about to fail and kill the interest in Flesh and Blood, and it's going to become another Force of Will, just kind of a little card game with a strong following. Okay, that's the blunt reality of it, and for those of you who don't like that, too bad. So, let's get talking about it. Welcome to Wraith. We're starting there because I want to talk print run size, because the size of the print run is going to determine what kind of prices we should realistically see for Monarch in the short term, because that's what matters. We all want to buy in. We want to either invest in it, we want to collect it, or we just want to play with the cards. Because between first edition Monarch and Unlimited, there's about a one month span, and some people just don't want to wait. I get that. So, welcome to Wraith and Arcane Rising had the same print run of 18,000 booster boxes. There was a 5 month gap in between them. October 11th, 2019, and March 27th, 2020. Then, moving from Arcane Rising to Crucible of War, there was another 5 month gap. It was March 27th to August 28th. However, in that time frame, they more than doubled the print run size. We went from 18,000 booster boxes to 38,000 booster boxes. Now, those are asking, why does this matter? Well, between Crucible of War and Monarch First Edition, there is an 8 month gap. 3 more months, and I would argue we actually got the factories were under less restrictions at this point in time. Reason for that, Monarch, if you guys don't remember, during the pandemic, between March and August is whenever the world was really locked down and a lot of stuff wasn't going on. But now, past that August point, things started loosening around the world. Each place was different, but you get the general idea. It was loosening a little bit. And there hasn't been much unlimited print run. Like, they did it was enough to satisfy the demand, and that's it. So I speculate the printers they're being all dedicated towards the Monarch release. I initially believed that there was just the first edition Monarch, and we're going to have a ton of it. I then learned that Monarch Unlimited for Europe and North America releases June 4th. I believe New Zealand gets a May 28th release. I'm not sure, don't quote me on that one. But I know on their site they said Europe and North America specifically get their release on June 4th, so 1 month later. So that made me reconsider my approach. We are dealing with a set where things were more open with fewer restrictions. Factories were able to be more dedicated towards this stuff. And there was less printing going on for Flesh and Blood. So I speculate right now, my position, I believe we're probably going to be looking at about a 50% increased size in first edition Monarch. Okay? You may not agree with me. Please, if you don't agree with me, tell me why. I need to hear it. So I believe there's a good chance we're looking at about a 50,000 booster box print run for first edition Monarch. Between 50 to 60,000 is what I speculate. I will happily look like an idiot in the future if that ends up being very wrong. But honestly, I'm hoping that's the case, and I don't know how much they're actually going to end up making of this stuff in the end, because Unlimited is coming out soon, and Monarch, like I said, it's the make or break it point. But you guys want to not hear about that, I get that, so we're going to talk a little bit about the prices for Monarch. Monarch, up until I think 2 weeks ago, we were looking at roughly a $700 plus box price. That was steep. It's finally come down, fortunately, a bit. On TCG Player, the average lowest price, which I took the three lowest boxes, averaged them out, is $527 for a booster box. eBay is staying strong at $600. I don't know how much lower those boxes are going to go. I really don't. Because, again, there's so much more demand for the game now than there was during Crucible of War. And most people at this point know this is the make it or break it point. If you make it work, it's going to make it big. Flesh and Blood has a lot of potential. But if we break it, you're looking at ridiculous losses. Like it's very possible. I could see that. I would say if you could purchase a Monarch First Edition box under $400 for an investment, I would say that's not a terrible price. If you're doing it for your own collectability, for your own play, just pay whatever price you're comfortable paying for. Honestly, it's going to be so difficult to time the market with the new increased demand, even with an increased supply. There's going to be an artificial chokehold by some places that aren't going to want to sell it. There's going to be a lot of flippers and pump and dumpers who are thinking, hey, fantastic time, I just want to sell it for easy money, I don't care about the game. So the price is going to be very volatile. I think the lowest you'll possibly see the prices for a Monarch will be probably in the next week or 2 weeks. Maybe even at the end of the week, I'm not sure. Because a lot of stores are getting very close to getting their full allocation numbers and knowing what they're going to work with, and pre-orders are going to come out. So that's like your time frame if you want to try to time buying at the lowest point. Next week to 2 weeks. But you're not going to be able to time it perfectly. Just accept that. If you want to invest, again, if we make it, because that's what it is. It's making or breaking. I keep repeating it. If we make it, honestly, almost any one of these prices, I would even say even the $700 price, it's going to not matter because the box is just going to keep going up. Because this is where everyone can interact with the product. That's what we need, what everyone needs to understand. People do not trust the game because they don't play it and they don't see people playing it. Monarch is about to get its unlimited print run 1 month after release, and the first edition should be fairly large. And a lot of people are about to get to interact with the game. If everyone loves it, this thing's going to be ridiculous. But if people don't like it, it's not going to matter what we invested in it because hype is going to die down. Okay? I just keep emphasizing that because a lot of people are being blinded by the money or blinded by their love for the game. And we need to still be grounded, even though I am a shill for the game. So that's my whole spiel. I know this was more of a free-flowing video. I'm sorry if it was difficult to follow, but this was a very difficult video to make because there's no good way to talk about this, okay? It's just weird. It's difficult to predict anything. Flesh and Blood is so investable and so playable at the same time, and it's massive pump and dump by some people. Others are just flipping it for easy money. It's just a mess. In summation, if you can get $400 or below for a booster box for an investment, I would say that's a solid price. I would say that's a pretty good price. If you want to play it or collect it, just pay whatever price you're okay with. Because even if the game tanks, at least you got stuff you like to have. And you have a rough 1 to 2 week window to try and essentially time the market to get it around a price that you would be comfortable with. Beyond that, I believe the supply will be drying up quickly because a lot of people are going to want this. Just Flesh and Blood is so ridiculous now. So, tell me what you guys thought about this video. Did you like this style? Would you guys prefer that maybe next time I stay a little more kind of linear, not talk about my thoughts as much? Or would you rather see more like this whenever we're dealing with a lot of unknowns? Either way, thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.